It's time to get ready for Christmas. Come on in. This video is sponsored by Apron Diva. Pretty and practical, we believe that an apron can be a homemaker's best accessory. One of the things that I like to do is to wrap as I go. For me, the joy of Christmas includes the presentation of the package that I have for my family and friends. So I thought I would bring you along with me as I wrap Christmas presents. I just have a few today. So the first thing I'll do is I'll put the package on the wrapping paper. And I like to get a wrap that has a grid on it because then I can see where to cut the lines. And it just makes it easy for me to know where to cut. And then I flip around to see about how much I'm going to need from this side. Now this is a nice medium weight paper, so I'm able to crease it without too much worry about it tearing. And then using this gift wrap tape makes it a lot easier too because it just kind of disappears on the top of the package. Tuck this in and press it out that way. Tuck that part in, making sure that my ends are crisp. Then I'll turn it over and I can pull this part up. And I'll trim this off just a little bit so there's not a bunch of paper there for me to deal with. I'm trying to make sure you can see what I'm doing, so it's a little awkward because I feel like I'm doing it backwards. And now I'll just take that right across that edge. So that side's done. So again, I'm going to press the sides in first, and then I'll press in this side, tuck it like that, and tuck it like that. And I'm not putting tape on the box. This way, when they get the gift wrap, when they're trying to get the gift wrap off, it'll come right off. Now, on the other side, I trimmed it down, but you can always just fold it down like that, and then bring it up like that. So now this package is already wrapped. Now I'm going to add some embellishments, and I picked up this little kitty cat ornament to go on top. And now I'll see about getting this cat attached. And also I want to use some of this. So I will pull this out of this little wreath. And I showed you guys that yesterday. And we've got this little piece here on top. And I have to decide how I'm going to position all of this. Yeah, I think that looks good. For some reason, I always like the things to be off in a corner and not necessarily in the center. So I'm going to clip some of this end off. Clipping some of this off. That one was hard. And then the cat can sit on top. And sometimes once I get this started, I think I know where they're going to go. But then once I get the glue on them, they end up somewhere else. Just a little dot of red there. And then what I decided to do, I'm going to glue the bottom of the cat. This is an old tag that was from last year. And then I'll use some double-sided tape. And I'll just put some tape there. And I'll just tape this to the bottom of the cat. That way she can take this off later. And then I'll put a little glue and now there's a cat in a little bed of greenery. And now I will address the label. And there we go. And I think I'll just put a teeny piece of double-sided tape. And here we go, a nicely wrapped package for my granddaughter. And when she sees this little cat on the top, she's going to love it. She's going to say, oh my goodness, it looks just like Ivy. And that was the whole idea. So that's why I say wrap as you go, because you can take your time to get things done the way you want. And then if you find that you run out of things, you've got time enough to go out and get them. So now let me go ahead and get some other things wrapped up and quit chatting. So now that I've got my paper cut, I'm going to take my box and sit it here in the middle just to make sure that I can get it in. And I'm even going to try to see if it'll fit through the opening, because what you don't want to do is end up with a bag that's too small. And full disclosure, that's what I did earlier. I just kind of closed it up too tight, and then I couldn't get the box in. So I took it apart. Now I'm retaping it. I'm just going to make sure this will fit. Yes. Okay. So getting it taped down. And I'm using the double-sided tape, because that way it just doesn't show on the outside. And I'm not going to tape all the way to the top, because I'm thinking I'm probably going to cut some of that off. So now we're going to fold it up about 1/4 of the way up, and then we're going to bring it down. So I've got it folded up here, and I'm going to bring it down, creating kind of like a little diamond effect. Now I'm going to fold it up there like that, and then fold it up down to here like that. And I'll use my double-sided tape for here. Just because it helps get some of that layering out, but I'm just going to use regular tape over here. So this is the bottom of the bag. Nobody's going to see it, and nobody's going to care. And this paper is very forgiving. When I had to take the tape off and refold it, can't even tell. It looks just fine. So now here's the bottom of my bag. You can kind of see on the other side. So now let's open it up. You can see how tall it is, and we're going to fold some of this up, but now we can get the ball inside the bag. There we go. And now we're going to fold the top down just a little bit. So I'm going to fold it over once. So I guess I'm not going to need to cut off what I thought. And now we've got a nice little gift bag here. Now I'll take a hole punch like that, and I'll get some red ribbon. So now I'm going to feed the ribbon through, and I'm going to feed it through from the front to the back. And I'll give it a little snug. So there you've got it like that, and you can let it rest that way. But since I do have this cute little soccer ornament to add to it, and the name tag, and I think what I'll do is put them on another red ribbon and just pull it through, like so. And then I'll tie this one around the back. And it's okay that you can't see what I'm doing from the back. I'm not doing anything special. I just pulled it through the holes, tied it around the back. Like that. Again, nothing special. And then I can just let it curl. And just let it curl there because it's already tied in the back. So here's the back of the bag. And here's the front of the bag. And I'll bet you when CJ sees this one under the tree, he'll like, okay, I know that one is for me. He'll be able to tell by the little ornament. So I've got a few more to do. Not doing anything special right now, just getting it in the box. I think I'll just put red ribbon around it and then a little greenery. Looks like this is the end of this roll. And then I'll just wrap this around the back. And I'm going to put this piece so that it covers that. I don't want it on the box itself. That way when he takes the ribbon off, the ribbon should just break free. It won't be taped down to the box. And I can use the box again. So I'm going to cut it at a diagonal like that. So it just kind of sits right there on top. Tape on the underside. And again, this is my double-sided tape. That's the back. This is the front. So now the top is snugged down nicely. So now let's embellish it. I'm going to clip that off. And some of you guys might be saying, you know what, that is just too much trouble. But I enjoy it. And my family enjoys it. I just feel like the presentation is just part of the package. And it serves as a part of my decor. So I'll get a little glue here. Now I'll just hang on to these for a second. Just kind of let it set. And then you can kind of peek under to see who it's from. And you know what I might just do? Just write the name here too. Just put it right there just a little bit. That way whoever's handing out the gifts that morning can see it on the front without having to pull the tag all the way up. I got a couple of gifts for my son and daughter-in-law, and they have to be mailed. So I thought I better get those taken care of first too. And I better get on the phone to the girls and find out what exactly is it do they want. But look at these. Aren't these adorable? They're really pretty earrings that I saw at a trade show. They're handmade by Moma Studio, and I thought I have just got to get these. So I picked those up for my daughter-in-law. She's an actress and she's pretty avant-garde and she likes eclectic kind of things. So I knew she would love these, so got that. And then I also found this bracelet for my son. He likes to wear, you know, men wear those kind of bracelets with wooden beads and silver and that kind of thing. So this is one of the things I thought I would get for him. And then I always keep leftover pieces of paper. This one's done. That one's done. Now we better get some name tags out for them. A little red. This one's done. Look at that. Isn't that cute? So these are the things that I've gotten wrapped so far. I did do a video yesterday where I talked about 10 tips to help you get your gift wrapping on without too much stress. And one of the tips was to wrap as you go. And so I wanted you to see that I've actually got that started. So these are the two gifts for two of my grandchildren that are going to be here for Christmas. And then this is a gift for one of my sons that's going to be here for Christmas. And then these two gifts are gifts for my son and his wife that are not going to be here for Christmas. So I'm going to go ahead and get their things purchased, wrapped, and in the mail. Now you're probably thinking, well, how are these going to transport? Well, what I typically will do is when I mail something like this, I'll put some tissue paper or some kind of bubble wrap or something over the top and cushion it so that it doesn't get disturbed in mailing. And then one of the other tips that I gave on my 10 tips for gift wrapping video, and if you missed that video, I will put it link it in the description box below and with an iCard above. But that tip was to keep a list of the gifts that you bought so that you know what you've got. So I'm going to go ahead and write in my planner right now, because there's a gift list right here in my Inkwell Press 360 gift planner. That way, since the gift buying season is just getting started, I can look here on my gift list and I can see what I've got, and there's no mistake. For more Christmas inspiration, click here. In the meantime, this is Denise Jordan saying, you are not done yet. Click on the link in the comment section below and check out another episode of Vlogmas, and I will see you next time. Visit us at www.aprondiva.com.